Hi, for those that don't know me, my name is Peter Moss, and periodically I upload some tutorials all for ukulele players, and typically those who are part of a ukulele group or club. Now, the reason for doing that is I like to look at some tunes that are in all the songbooks and add some embellishments. Now, some of these pieces in the books, I've just got 3 chords or so. So what I'm going to do is slowly but surely add in some embellishments to make these sound a little bit more, well, a little more engaging, let's put it that way. So what you need to do is grab your songbook, whether it be a physical hard copy or if it's on an iPad or tablet, and have that alongside as well. Now, the piece we're going to look at today is a favourite, and it's called Amazing Grace. Now, as previously mentioned, it only has 3 chords, and I'm going to play it now straight, just one of the verses, just to give you an idea of how that goes. I'm sure you know, I'm sure you've played it, and then, as I say, we'll take it bit by bit and add a few embellishments. Take a break there. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Right, folks, so hopefully that resembled Amazing Grace as you know it. And I'm going to start off with substituting 1 or 2 chords just to make it a little bit more fun. Now, on previous tutorials, I've mentioned that when we're playing major and minor chords, there are only 3 components within those chords. So, for example, if I was to take the chord of F major and I start from string 4 and I'm working down 4, 3, 2, I've got 3 different things happening. However, if I work my way down to string number 1, I've got a duplication there. So basically string 4 and string 1 are the same. Now that is a waste, really. I think if you've got 4 strings, let's see if we can make the 4 strings different. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. So it's like playing the chord of F and the chord of C, but play the chord of C with your pinky. And we're just going to literally call that F plus C. It sounds like... So individually we have... Okay, now then, string 3 and string 1 are the same, but there is a difference. They're an octave apart. So basically we have... It just adds to it, yeah? So the whole thing together sounds like... So what I'm going to do is the whole thing again, and every single time you would have the chord of F, we're going to play the F and the C, okay? Now I'm just going to work with 1 verse here today. Of course there are 5 or 6 verses you can do, but this applies to every single verse. So if we started from the beginning, so Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. See, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, that saved a wretch like me. I once, F plus C again, was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. So every time there was an F, we are now from here on going to play F and the C together. In a minute we'll be coming back and we're going to bring in another chord substitution. Okay, so you're back with me. So now we know that for every time you play an F, you're now going to play an F and a C together, and we're going to do it with the pinky on the C and the normal fingers you would use on an F. The next one we're going to go to is the F7. Now, let's have a little look at this F7. You may have played it like this. So you've got your F there and this one on here. Now that technically is F7, but again, let's have a listen to all the strings. What have we got? Starting from string 4, working our way to string 1. Have a listen. So do you notice something there between 1 and 4? So 1 and 4 again, just like the previous chord of F, 1 and 4 are the same. So why not add something to it? So what we're going to do is with our pinky again on the C position, if you're going to play a C with your pinky there, so add the 2 chords together. So we've got F7 and the pinky bit on the C. So where does it come in the piece? Let's start again from the beginning. Amazing grace. So it's on grace. So it comes in very quickly after that F plus C. Okay. Now, if you have a look at my fingers, I've already got these fingers in place. The F shape and the pinky is already there on the C. All I'm having to do the F7 is pop on my ring finger onto the 3rd fret, 3rd string. What could be easier? So I'm not taking my hand off from one chord to the next. All I'm doing is putting an extra finger on. So if we started from the beginning, amazing grace. Isn't that nice? Yeah. And then how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. It's coming back again. Here we go. I once was lost. So lost is the F7 complete again. And remember, all we're having to do is pop on one finger, our ring finger, on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. But now I'm found. So the place is just before grace and just before lost. And of course, this applies to all the other verses as well. It's in exactly the same place. So have a practice with that, and we'll come back after the break with another substitution. Okay, so now we've got the first chord, which was the F plus the C, and we got our second chord, the F7th, which is just by putting the ring finger there on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Now, the third one, in some ways, is a help. Well, I like to think it's a help. A lot of people do struggle with this chord, which is B flat, yeah? And B flat, if we're playing it in the key of F, B flat does come in quite a few times. So what I'm going to do is make it easy for everybody. So what we're going to do is take off what is on the 4th string, yeah? So now this string here, string 4, the G string, is going to be open. But the others that we had there for the B flat have to remain, yeah? So what we're left with, if I just do each string, is this. Okay, and the technical name for that is G minor 7th, or depending on what key you're playing in, it could also be called B flat 6. So this is what it sounds like. So from here on, wherever B flat comes in, we're going to play this one instead. Okay, so let's see where it fits. Starting from the beginning. Amazing grace, how sweet. There it is, a sweet chord on the word sweet. How about that? Sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now, there it is, it's on now again, right? Now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. So before we went blind, but now I see. What we're doing now is this. Was blind, but now I see. So on C, before it, we're going to play the G minor 7th and then the F plus C. Let me do that last line again. Was blind, but now I see. Fantastic. So we've changed or altered slightly 3 chords. What a difference. Take a break. We're going to come back with another one. Okay, so hopefully you're keeping up with this and taking some notes as well. What have we replaced so far? We've replaced the F with an F plus C. We've replaced a regular F7th with all those fingers together. Yeah, and we've just done the G minor 7th instead of the B flat. The next one we're going to go to is called D minor 7th. Now, many of you have probably played a D minor, but some of you might have not played a D minor 7th. Let's have a look at it. So here we go. So here is a D minor. Okay, if you can't quite see it on my fingers, have a look on the screen. So that is our regular D minor, but let me play those 4 strings. Okay, I think you can see a bit of repetition coming here. So starting with string 4, have a listen. We've got string 3, string 2, string 1. And again, listen to that. Same note exactly is on 1 and 4. Well, we don't want to do that. Now, so what we want to do basically is add on yet again this C, and we're going to use our pinky again. So all these chords might sound complicated, but there's a lot of repetition with using your pinky on this C, as well as combining it with chords you already know. So by combining a C with your pinky and a D minor, it has the posh name D minor 7th. Okay, so where does that come in? Well, it comes in 2 places. If we're just taking this one verse for now, it's before the word wretch and blind. But let me put it in perspective for you by singing it. Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch. Hey, it's there. That's it. That's where it is. So we're going to go saved a wretch. And let's have a look what I'm doing. So I've got these fingers to do the F and C, which we've done all the way through from the beginning, yeah? And I'm going to tuck my ring finger onto fret 2, string 3. So I've gone from the F plus C to the D minor 7th just by moving one finger. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to sing this verse again because it comes in again at the end. But let's have a go at it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. So that last line now has changed from the original quite a lot, because we used to go, was blind, but now I see. Now with everything else we've put in and the D minor 7th, we've got this. Was blind, but now I see. So it adds a bit to it, doesn't it? Now, as I said previously, I'm just doing the one verse just to make it uncomplicated, but this will fit all of the verses just with the different lyrics, but drop the chords in the same place with the melody. Okay, that's our D minor 7th. We're going to take a break and come back with, you guessed it, another substitution. Now, here's a fascinating chord. I do like these chords. It's called a C sus. Yeah, how on earth do we play it? Well, the easiest fingers to use, I think, are your pinky again on the C. We're doing quite a lot of that, aren't we? But also with your index finger on the second string, first fret. That's how it sounds. Now, in musical terms, that chord has got what's known as tension, meaning it wants to release to something else. So that would start with that. And to release the tension, we would take it to a C major. So we just remove that finger. So I play one before the other. So. Okay, one more time. 2, 3. So where does that exactly come? Okay, so let's have a go. Back to the first verse again. So all in all, this is building, isn't it? Okay, from 3 chords to I think we're now on probably another 3. We've added to those chords. And it's making, for me, it's more enjoyable to actually sing and play it. So we're going to take a quick break there. And then guess what? We're back with another one. Right, so the next chord that we're going to put in is very complicated and you're going to have to really concentrate now, okay? It is C6. Are you ready? Open strings. Hey! That's all it is. Open strings. Now, because it's sort of at the end, I'm just going to take this from halfway through the verse and show you where it drops in. So we're going from I once was lost. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now. So it's the word now is where the C6 is going to go. Hopefully you're writing this down. So that's the C6 on the word now. That's if it's the first verse, of course. It's going to be a different lyric if it's going to be the other verses. So, but for the first verse, it would be on now. Wow, this has completely changed, hasn't it, from the original? But I think it's more fun. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We're going to come back with the conclusion. We're going to add on one more thing right on the end. Then I'm going to take you through every single chord, every single word, and where they land. Okay, so take a quick break. There. Right then, folks, so this is the final chord which I'm going to throw at you, and it sounds very complicated. It does in name anyway. It's called E flat 9. Okay, how many of you played that before? Perhaps not many. So I'm going to show you how easy it is, but the first question I've got for you is how many of you out there like mini bars? I'm sure it's not just me, but basically mini bar is what we're going to do. And where we're going to put it, we're going to put it just here. So that's basically on the first fret, and I'm covering only strings 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, this G string is completely open. I'm not covering 4 strings. I'm only covering 3. It has a beautiful sound. And again, that is a type of chord which is a little bit of tension, so it needs to resolve to usually to a major chord, and that's exactly what it's going to do. We're going to go from there back to the F with a C. So where does it come? It's right on the last line. So we've got going from was blind. Blind was the D minor 7th, if you remember. Was blind, but now I see. Now I slowed down deliberately there as if it was like the last one, but of course you would be going. So you're going to be moving from the G minor 7th for 2, and then with this that's covering 2 strings already, just make it cover 3. Simples, yeah, and then pop on the F with a C, which you've done many times. Okay, so we got 2, 1, and F with a C. Okay, I'm going to give you a final chord. So this isn't going to be on the end of verse 1, it's on the end of the last verse, of course. Instead of playing the F plus C on the end, I'm going to give you a chord of F major 7th. Now have a look at this. This is basically up on the 5th fret. If you can't see what I'm doing here, have a look at the chord diagram. It doesn't really matter which two fingers you use as long as you are covering those strings there. Okay, it's got a lovely finish. Okay, so what does that sound like if I put that on? So going from was blind, but now I see. How nice is that? Now, this is one of those chords that can either be played that way or this way. Isn't that nice on the end? A really, really nice chord. The nice thing about it is that if some people in a group were to play the chord of F and some people were to play F major 7th, they fit together. So there's no problem at all. Right, so I'm going to take a short break, then I'm going to come back and look very quickly at each chord, where it comes in, and then hopefully you can play this tune. So take a break, there. Right, so very quickly then, I'm going to just go through each of those chords and where they fit with the tune, okay? So if we looked at Amazing, we got the F plus the C, if you remember, okay? Amazing. Change of chord on Grace, which is the F7th, and all I've done is added my ring finger to the 3rd string, 3rd fret. That's Grace. How Sweet, we've replaced the B flat with the G minor 7th. How Sweet. The sound goes back to F plus C, sound, then stay on it, saved, D minor 7th, wretch, like, now me was that C sus, wasn't it? I once is back to the F plus the C, once was the F7 again, but now I'm found. Was now D minor 7th on blind, but take everything off for now. I see. I just realised what I said there, take everything off for now, but you know what I mean. Take your fingers off the fretboard for now. Okay, hopefully you've got this piece sorted. I'm going to give you one more demonstration before we go, but before I do that, take a very quick break there. So that's really taking it to another level, and I do have another tuition site which is called Ukulele Shortcuts, and I take you to that extra level by not doing too much work. I take you bar by bar. I have it written out in a sheet format, and there's also 2 cameras, so one that's really sort of close up on the uke, and also my little ugly mug down in the corner. And as of course with this one we're going to have the graphics on the screen as well. So that's done by a company called Patreon, and I'll put a link down below if you are interested in taking this piece to another level. At the moment there are 45 ukulele solos already there, all with videos, all with worksheets, and they're just there waiting for you. So have a look at the link down below and check it out. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is the 3rd one in the series for ukulele groups and clubs, and I hope that you're getting something out of this. Please let me know in the feedback down below, and with YouTube it will help me if you were to press like, also if you press subscribe and the notification bell, you'll be notified of when the next one has been uploaded. Just a quick word, the word subscribe normally suggests that you pay for it. Well, in the case of YouTube, you don't. So please press subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, you all take care. See you soon. Ta-ra!